DPS chopper helped in the search.
Police with a warrant, open the door!
The team immediately pours into the practice house. Every corner is checked twice.
Don't take the door, I got it. I'm with you, go, 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 go. I'm with you. Take the door. Got it.
In only a few seconds,
Clear right.
the whole house is clear.
Room's clear.
On the shooting range,
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Commencing the exercise. Online. Move. Good.
precision is also key here. Knowing every weapon in your arsenal is a must.
We don't take a knife to the gunfight.
Right now, by thinking there might be something to do with the, I don't know, she didn't know, but
well, the cartel gun.
Yeah, but they told her they were going to cut her into little pieces.
They're pretty much the ones pushing the dope across the border or pushing the people back to Mexico, tied up, you know, in a trunk somewhere, or they're the ones pretty much engaging in all the pursuits locally. If the TCBs or the Bayucos or the po' boys get an opportunity with a cartel, I mean, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. There's no ands or buts about it. They're gonna get the offering and start working for them, regardless of what the job description might be, you know.
They're just heading northbound on Benson Palm at this time. Northbound on Benson Palm at this time.
2.5 miles later, the chase comes to an end. Police say the driver knew he couldn't outrun the chopper, so he pulled over without incident. Once questioned, police say the driver's story didn't match what the passengers in the car were saying. Just before 6 this evening, Border Patrol units spotted and then caught up with 11 illegal immigrants trying to cross over into the U.S. They were caught south of Benitez, where the border wall straddles Military Highway. When we were there, a DPS chopper was still on the hunt for 2 illegals who Border Patrol officials say escaped.
To deter others, we set out to show you the dangers.
This one is going north.
Border Patrol agents guided our way.
Put your step through the hole.
They're our safety net.
Because I could see the opening already.
Immediately, danger starts to bite.
Oh, there's a lot of mosquitoes right there.
Brush nearly consumes a body.
If I was doing the real smuggler act, I would have been going through there really fast. I don't care who stays back or not.
The only sign we leave is the temporary trail of broken grass.
There's actually been people found dead really close to main roads because they don't know the area. They could be paralleling the road the whole time, and they just didn't know.
We know others were here before.
They put their trust on the smuggler, and the smuggler doesn't care about them. They cares about the money.
Flying low with help from down below, sheriff deputies were standing guard near the sugarcane field.
Choppa hooked up a loaded van. Check out the bundles inside. Agents weighed this in at more than a half ton. This work is part of Choppa's monthly grind.
Standing out here in a huge flame. I knew the firemen were going up there because there's a fire hydrant on that next street right there. Been retired for a number of years now, but when I saw that explode, I said, man, you have to be positive.
Yeah.
Negative folks are having a problem right now.
We've been standing guard for Joey and for Bucky. We've got about 12-hour shifts. We rotate every 15 minutes. Anywhere the body or remains go, we have to follow.
And it's very difficult just to keep your composure.
We did see a lady sitting underneath that car, the car that's on the bottom. She happened to look at us. Her face was kind of bloody. And then we came back just to make sure everybody was called, the ambulance, the police, Channel 5 News. So it's a pretty scary scene. Pray for all those involved.
I right away called 911, and like all the firefighters started to come, and no one knows who caused the fire, or like what happened. And
you know, they had broken into the house a couple of times, so it's no surprise that probably somebody set it on fire.
After finding out who it was, will be etched in my life forever.
Honor our departed comrade with a 21-gun salute. And
The homeless hero finally got the burial he deserved.
I am Gregory. I am quiet and lonely. I am grateful to those of you who fed me and gave me a buck or two at times when I had nothing. I am safe and free. Don't worry, I am home.
Last night they called me about around 8:30.
Even cracking a smile would have seemed impossible for Raul Vera 2 months ago. A fire took away Martha, his beloved wife, and their home.
Before, I was getting tired. I wanted to quit because nobody wanted to help.
But now look at this, you got so much help you don't know where to put it.
Yeah.
Mr. Vera didn't lose hope though. Today, the foundation of his future was poured before his eyes. From the community to the contractors, everyone here offered hope and prayer. Richard Peña is one of those volunteers.
It's not just one person, you know, understand World War II veteran, Brown Star, you know, he's one of our heroes, you know, and mind you again, there's not too many World War II veterans around anymore, you know, we're losing all the veterans, so, you know, we just got to take care of what we got.
That's my other house, my wife.
Construction crews are building this home from the ground up. It'll be exactly what Mr. Vera's wife would have wanted.
It's gonna be lovely, but it's not the same without a wife.
These volunteers know their labor of love can't completely restore Mr. Vera's life. They embedded a family rosary in the foundation.
God bless them all.
A lasting tribute to a woman who lives on in the heart of an ailing vet. Pablo Sandoval, Channel 5 News at 6, Mercedes.
The problem is a puzzle. Each piece reveals a little more. In this veteran's medical bills and past due statements, we see the demand for dollars, the decimals and desperation. They come from doctors, bill collectors, and nicer sounding but just as demanding reimbursement specialists. This is the puzzle the Department of Veterans Affairs needs to solve.
But the bills is what bothers me.
Eduardo Montalvo's puzzle has a lot of pieces. The Vietnam veteran lives a quiet, peaceful life in a small mobile home park in Edinburgh. That peace and quiet was quickly shattered when we started talking to Eduardo about payment problems at the VA.
Those pencil pushers, that's all they are.
Eduardo is fed up with the VA Texas Valley Coastal Bend healthcare system in Harlingen. That mouthful of bureaucracy is the VA's solution to healthcare for veterans in the Valley. It's not a hospital. Coastal Bend contracts private doctors and hospitals for veterans treatment.
They say, hey, well, it's be too expensive to have a hospital here. We'll contract these local hospitals. Fine, contract them, but pay the bill.
Here's how it's supposed to work. Veterans like Eduardo go to the doctor. The doctor bills Coastal Bend for fee-based services. Coastal Bend pays the bill.
Never supposed to see it.
Eduardo's stack of puzzle pieces shows that rarely happens in his case.
$601 for this last bill. Not just bills, I get calls from them. And that bothers me, you know what I mean? And calls, threats that they're going to refer me to collection agencies.
It was horrific.
A former high-level employee at Valley Coastal Bend helped us put these pieces together. He worked in the fee office that processed payments.
We couldn't pay their bills.
According to public information requests filed by Channel 5 News, Coastal Bend owes roughly $900,000 for veterans care. It used to be much worse. At one point, the Nat Medical Center alone was owed roughly $1 million. This whistleblower says when some doctors and hospitals didn't get their money, they billed the veterans directly.
And I keep telling them, bill the VA, bill the VA. And they don't because the VA won't pay.
Many veterans appealed their denied claims to Coastal Bend. This whistleblower says those appeal letters were ignored.
They were put in the bottom of 2 filing cabinets and sat there for years.
Their appeal letters
were sitting in a drawer
Yes.
at Texas Coastal.
Yes. And the fee staff was told not to open them.
How many letters are we talking about?
Hundreds.
Hundreds of forgotten veterans. We went to Coastal Bend.
True statement. That is a true statement. We found out about this the hard way, I guess, because it was a total surprise to myself and to our leadership.
Spokesman Hugo Martinez says the new VA administration in Harlingen found those letters late last year.
We are getting caught up with processing all of these appeals.
They have a lot of work to do. 114 appeals are pending at Coastal Bend, including the forgotten files. More than half are roughly 2 years old. Martinez says some appeals will be denied.
Sometimes the appeals are because the patients go to the emergency room when it really wasn't a true emergency, and that's where a service may be denied.
That means some veterans will keep getting billed.
They threaten me with taking me to court, and I tell them, go ahead. Sue me so I can sue the VA.
It's not just veterans and former employees who are frustrated with the system. Our federal government warned the VA about these problems earlier this year. The Government Accountability Office found VA facilities across the country are at risk for inappropriately denying claims.
They're supposed to pay for everything, but yet I get the bills from the hospital.
It means Coastal Bend is just one small piece of the puzzle. One part of a bigger problem. Joe Augustine, Channel 5 News at 10.
Helping Iraqis help themselves. That's the mission of the 4th Civil Affairs Group. But in order to do that, the Iraqis need a strong foundation on which to build a stable nation. The Washington, D.C. based 4th CAG is helping to lay that foundation by reaching out to Iraqi children. One way they're doing this is by passing out school supplies donated by charities in the U.S.
We're getting an amazing response from the States. A lot of people want to send stuff for the kids. So this kind of stuff, when they do that and are very generous, then we can pass these out to the kids. And it really helps us to build relationships with the community, and really we're reaching out to the future of Iraq.
With the help of translators, Marines handed out plastic bags containing notebooks, pencils, and other school supplies to children in an elementary school in a sandy village near Camp Fallujah. Marines from 3rd Battalion 5th Marines are joining up with the Marines from 2nd Tanks to learn how to work together. In an exercise known as tank integration, infantrymen cover a tank's rear and sides, providing protection from small but potentially deadly threats.
When it comes to security for tanks, we come to intersections, and a tank has limited visibility when it comes to coming up to a corner. So what we do is we punch out about maybe 50 to 100 meters out, provide security for the intersection, make sure there's nobody there, no RPGs, no IEDs.
In a fight, tank and infantry units benefit each other.
The role of infantry is basically putting the tanks in a position where they can effectively use their weapons in a fight. Basically prosecute long-range targets.
Putting the M1A1 Abrams tanks into the fight provides a considerable advantage and an added boost to Marine firepower. So protecting them is vital to keeping them in the fight.
The Abrams is an effective fighting vehicle, and it's working wonders in the cities.